My name is Sonya Mwambu, and I'm a Ugandan filmmaker and artist based in Toronto, Canada. And I've had the absolute pleasure of being one of the artists in residence here at 32 Degrees East. So as a filmmaker and artist, my work is primarily analog based. And so I work with 16mm film, shooting, processing, and editing with plants. So I also work a lot with phytograms, which is essentially using the plant materials as the developer. And my project that I've been working on during my residency revolves around shooting 16mm film and processing it with plants that are indigenous to East Africa. So I started working with 16mm film during my first year of my undergrad on film production, and I sort of fell in love with the tactileness of the medium. To be able to shoot film, process it yourself, edit it with your own hands, and then project it, to me was a very magical process. And I love the way that I have full control over each step of the process. It gives me a lot of freedom in my expression, where it doesn't have to be so rigid. And for me, I'm not a purist in any way. Anything can happen in the darkroom. I embrace those happy accidents. And working with 16mm allows those things to naturally unfold. So the work that I've been doing during my residence year is definitely, I see it as the next step evolution of my practice as a filmmaker, specifically within process cinema. So I don't write scripts. I sort of start with just the act of shooting and documenting and archiving. And from there, the story emerges as I continue working. So in that way, a lot of my work before I came here was me, trying to reconnect here. So ways in which that my practice has evolved is that I'm actually able to make work on the lands that I'm from and where my family is from. And so I sort of see that as a way of the land being my co-director. It's not just me sort of dictating everything that happens. There's a lot that can go on in the darkroom when you're experimenting with different plants and creating developers. So that's what I've been doing during my time here. Some of the highlights of my residency, first getting the keys to the studio space and sitting in the window and just finally just like taking it in that I have time to work here and I'm working on my film was just mind-blowing. Absolutely a highlight. One of the biggest highlights also was being able to host a phytogram workshop. And so I invited folks. We went foraging for some plants in the neighborhood and we made phytograms together. And my favorite thing about doing these phytogram workshops is that it's really the conversations that come out of it. And it just helped me feel more connected and part of this amazing community.